What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now today, we're going to be checking out some Insurgency Sandstorm. Yes, finally, we're going to be talking about this game once again. Now, I've made a couple of videos about this game in the past, and every single video that I have made about this game, people in the comment section are always asking the same exact questions. One, is it only on PC? And two, will this game ever be released on console? And today, I can finally proudly say to you guys that Insurgency Sandstorm is officially coming to consoles on August 25th. This is some very big news because Insurgency has been a PC exclusive for as long as I've known. So to see them make this jump is actually some pretty big news for them, and I'm proud of the developers. They have worked very hard on this franchise to make sure that it would be successful through thick and thin, and it's been through a lot of issues and a lot of problems, but no matter what, the developers still pushed on through it, and they finally got to the point where they need to be, where it's available on pretty much every platform, which is going to obviously give them some more money, and also it will make the name Insurgency Sandstorm more popular with more places to play it on. But in today's video, I'm just going to be trying to convince you guys to give Insurgency Sandstorm a try. Now, this game is not meant for everybody. I completely understand that, and probably not too many people are even interested in this video, but I still thought I should go ahead, give it a shot. I know there are a handful of people out there who do enjoy tactical FPS shooters, and I gotta say, Insurgency Sandstorm, or just Insurgency, just in general, is probably the best tactical shooter for any, Call of Duty or first-person arcade shooter fan to get into. If you're trying to get into any type of tactical game, or milsim game, I guess I should say, even more specifically, Insurgency Sandstorm is the way to try it. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys a full clip of Insurgency Sandstorm. Usually, I go ahead and, put multiple different clips, multiple different moments, because in milsim games, it's really hard to streak up, go on some really insane games and stuff like that, because it's a milsim. It's not meant to be too competitive. It's just, it's a realistic experience. People just messing around, having a good time. Nobody takes Insurgency Sandstorm very seriously. So I'm going to go ahead, show you the full experience so you can see the game and what it's truly like. The deaths, the good parts, the streaks, all the fun combined. I'm going to show you guys so you can make your final decision. But like I just said a couple of seconds ago, I think one of the best features of this game that a lot of people are going to enjoy about it is the casual gameplay. I think I personally, in all the time of playing Insurgency Sandstorm, have run into a few sweats every once in a while, but it's not a gamely experience. And usually when someone pops off, it's because they're in a pretty good spot where enemies are just pouring out and they're getting easy headshots. But the definition of a sweat, someone who has cracked movement, cracked aim, cracked gameplay, there's not too many individuals like that playing Insurgency Sandstorm, and me personally, I would say I'm a pretty decent player. I'm nothing insane, but when it comes to being competitive and trying to get better, I take pride in a lot of that stuff when it comes to any game. Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, Gears of War, I strive to get better at the game. But in Insurgency Sandstorm, coming from a sweats perspective, I don't really care about sweating in that game. I enjoy kicking back, just running around, and tapping domes. It's a really good, fun experience. But if you take it too seriously, you're probably going to end up absolutely despising this game. If you're going for KD, if you're going for, insane clips that you get in Call of Duty or other, like I said, arcade-type FPS games, if you come in with that mentality, you're going to hate it. I'm just going to tell you straight up, you're going to absolutely hate it. That's why I said this game is not meant for everybody. Not everybody in the world is going to enjoy a milsim-type experience. But if you are willing to branch out, if you do want to try milsims and tac shooters, it's a good one to give a shot. People are a lot more casual in this game compared to other games like Arma and Squad, where the fan bases, I would say personally, are a lot more hardcore. It's harder to get into, harder to understand. People take it a lot more seriously, so when noobs come into the experience and, make it harder for them to win, they get pretty pissed off. A lot of things come into factor when you play other milsims, but in Insurgency Sandstorm, nobody gives a crap. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Everybody's just goofing around on the mics, having a good time. You couldn't ask for anything better. In regards to the graphics, the actual attention to detail when it comes to the weapons, how when you reload a magazine, it's going to keep the same ammunition in the same mag. It's not going to replace it to the new one. So eventually when you run out of ammo and you get down to that last mag that you replaced, if you have a half-empty mag, that's what you're going to have to use. It's very realistic and it's fun because of that exact reason. Also, the attention to the sound effects of these weapons and the soldiers themselves, the map designs. It's a beautiful game. The atmosphere, to me personally, is unmatched by any other tac shooter or milsim. It's a one-of-a-kind game, and it really sinks you into the experience. And again, being outstanding at the game isn't really the reason why you're trying to buy or play Insurgency Sandstorm. Over half of the lobbies are going negative. It's not rare to be going negative. Not everybody is popping off going on a high KD games like this game, for example, you're watching right here. Pretty rare. This is like once in the occasion match right here. That happens every so often. So your purchase isn't technically going into you being a pub stomper. It's more of you going into the atmosphere of being in a real life scenario, modern day combat. That's what this is all about. Now, I am a tad bit concerned about the actual player base. I don't think there's going to be crossplay. I haven't seen any information about that yet. And if there is crossplay, I feel like this would be one of those games where it's a massive disadvantage. Now, when it comes to games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, crossplay works pretty darn good. You know, I don't see too many problems with, you know, console players versus PC players. Everybody has their own argument, but at the end of the day, if you're a good player, you're a good player. But some games on PC are just really hard to port over to console, because certain games like this have millions of keybinds that go along with the game that pretty much require you to have a mouse and keyboard, because the keyboard has so many different keys that allows you to do so many different things very quickly. But on a controller, all of those millions of keybinds are going to be mapped to like the same thing on the controller. And I guess it's just, it's going to be weird, it's going to be stressful. I feel like a lot of console players aren't going to be taking advantage of a lot of things that they can do in this game because of that exact reason. You know what I'm saying? They're probably just going to not really abuse any of the really good mechanics that this game offers, because it just requires too much effort. And by the time that they can get through trying to put through that command on a controller, someone who's on a keyboard is just going to, you know, click it already on the keyboard and it's done. So honestly, I don't think crossplay is going to be an addition. If they add it in, that'll be better, but at the end of the day, I'm a little bit more concerned about how this is going to perform on console, because tac shooters and milsims, well, not really tac shooters, because tac shooters you can consider Rainbow Six Siege and stuff like that tac shooters, so I'm not going to say tac shooters. Milsims don't really perform too well when it comes to console. I don't know why, but personally, I feel like milsims thrive a lot more when it comes to PC. I'm not saying milsims are bad on console. They're still fun. It's the same exact game. It's just the mindset of a typical console player is a lot different than the mindset of a PC player. And I feel like a lot of milsims thrive, they do much better, and they perform better when it comes to a PC. That's why the majority of milsims are exclusive to PC, because that's just a platform that it will have a better time on. But I'm really hoping, I seriously am really hoping that Insurgency Sandstorm pops off on the console, because I feel like people are missing out on such a fantastic experience. Everybody wants a casual FPS game. Well, that's what milsims basically are. Nobody takes milsims very seriously. The majority of people play to win, and they play to win through teamwork. And that's what these games are all about. So not only will this game introduce a super casual experience to the console crowd, but it will also introduce them to a new world of FPS. Not everything is about competition. Not everything is about insanely fast-paced, action-packed gameplay. Some things are a little bit more tactical and real, and they're really fun to play. So please, if you do own any type of console, give this game a try. If you want to branch out, if you want to try something new, if you're tired of your typical experiences on console, give it a shot. It's a fun milsim tactical shooter. It's a little bit more slow-paced. It's going to take some time to get used to, but just sink yourself into the experience. Mess around with all the weapons. Everything is unlocked right off the bat. If you hop into this game and you go into a game of domination, go ahead. You have all the weapons to mess around with, all the attachments. You have your tacticals, lethals, tons of different sidearms. It's a fantastic game to just mess around and try everything, because in this game, everything is good. It's one-shot headshots. People die very quickly, even to the chest. So it doesn't really matter what weapon you use. You're going to end up killing someone. So it's a game for variety, and trust me, I love me some variety. But guys, do me a favor, go down in the comment section. Anybody who has or owns Insurgency Sandstorm, leave some of your opinions down below, whether they're positive or negative. Any feedback is good, and it'll help people. Like I said, anybody who's on console that's looking to get this game, it'll help them come to a conclusion if they think this game is interesting, if it looks good, if it looks bad. Seeing others' opinions is very helpful. But guys, thanks so much for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like button. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, if you want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so. I have a Twitter and Discord. Both those links are down in the description. And also, if you want to catch me live streams and video games, I do that over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.